All right, guys. So it appears that, we may have some pretty interesting news that is probably some good news for those who support President Trump as the GOP civil war rages on, right? It's not out in the public anymore like it was before. The real battle is actually going on. The money battle, okay? That's what's actually going on. And the money battle is between McConnell and Trump, okay? It's between McConnell and Trump, right? And this is what is going to define the future of the Republican Party, right? Because right now, McConnell controls the legislation, and he also controls most of the money. Now, obviously, Trump has most of the influence, right? And he has a decent amount of money, but he doesn't have the corporate backing that Mitch McConnell has. However, Trump's influence is strong, and we're starting to see just how strong Trump's influence is as Lisa Murkowski, who Trump has vowed to replace in the Senate after she voted to convict him in the Senate impeachment trial. She's trailing pretty hard in the GOP polls right now. Murkowski hasn't really declared that she's going to be running again in 2022, but she has filed a paperwork, so she probably will. So let's read a little bit more about this. Senator Lisa Murkowski, a Alaskan Republican, is trailing a primary challenger by double digits, a statewide poll released Monday found. Challenger Kelly Tshibaka leads Murkowski in an all-party primary with 33.3% of the vote to Murkowski's 18.8%, according to the GOP polling firm Cygnal GOP. Tshibaka, Alaska's former commissioner of administration, entered the race March 29th and is viewed favorably by 61% of Trump voters and the rest of the Alaska GOP, according to the poll. Al Gross, running as an independent who previously was a Democrat nominee for the Senate in 2022 cycle, has a 17.6% chance among Alaskan voters, according to the poll. Tshibaka grew up in Alaska and graduated from Texas A&M University prior to becoming a Harvard Law School graduate, according to the Anchorage Daily News, which cited her resume. She worked for the federal government in Washington, D.C. for almost 17 years under three different administrations, Bush 43, Obama, and Trump. During that time, she worked for the U.S. Postal Service Office of the Inspector General, National Intelligence, and the Justice Department and the Federal Trade Commission. Murkowski, however, only has 10% of Alaska Republicans who view her favorably, and 87% look at the three-term GOP senator in a negative light. Among voters from both parties, Murkowski is seen favorably by 33% and unfavorably by 63%. The GOP incumbent has long been unpopular with grassroots conservatives and the Republican Party base since her father appointed her to his Senate seat after he resigned from the upper chamber in December 2002 to become governor of his state. All right. I think that is enough there, right? As Mitch McConnell, right? His big money super PAC, right, which basically is those who McConnell supports, has endorsed Murkowski for re-election. The Senate Leadership Fund, a super PAC run by allies of Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, endorsed Senator Lisa Murkowski for re-election on Friday. Why it matters. Murkowski is facing a primary challenge from Alaska Commissioner Kelly Tshibaka, a pro-Trump Republican who has hired a number of the former president's top campaign aides as advisors. Senator Murkowski has been a champion for conservative values in Washington. She voted to confirm Trump's nominations of Justice Gorsuch and Justice Barrett at the Supreme Court. She's leaving out Kavanaugh, which she did not vote to confirm here. But anyways, helping to cement a constitutional conservative majority on the nation's highest court for years to come. She voted in support of height landmark tax cuts and job acts and policies to free businesses from excessive burdensome regulations. All right, so here's the thing. This is a good sign for Trump. Honestly, it really is. I mean, like I told you guys, Trump is trying to become a kingmaker, okay? I personally think that Trump is king. Obviously, the other party, he has the most influence. However, like I told you guys, in order to be a kingmaker, he actually has to run some candidates, and they actually have to win. We have to see how much influence does Trump really actually have on his party? And we won't know really until 2022, right? And Trump has been focused on running his own candidates. He has been focusing on getting a grassroots effort together to primary those candidates whom he does not like, okay? And again, with the early polling here in Alaska, Lisa Murkowski, she may be one of the more easier targets, but she's polling pretty badly, right? She's losing pretty badly. I mean, her Democrat counterpart is almost doing just as well as she is. So it looks like her seat is almost as good as done. However, Mitch McConnell does have the money, right? And with the money is power to a certain extent. Now, we'll see if he can use that money to paint her in a better light and to see if, she can actually be reelected. But as of right now, it looks like Trump's not really going to need that much money, right? It looks like his influence may be powerful enough to overcome whatever budgetary constraints he may have versus Mitch McConnell, right? So I just wanted to highlight this real quick, guys, because this is the real battle, right? This is where the fight actually takes place in the GOP. It comes down to these primaries, right? If Trump can get a decent amount of people to primary some of these Republicans and make them lose their seats, yeah, he will have like legitimate power in the GOP, right? Because at that point, he could target anybody and their jobs might be in danger, right? And these politicians, when their jobs are in danger, that's when they start to act right, right? That's when they start to, do whatever they can to keep their jobs, okay? And ultimately, in the day, that equals control. So this is an early sign for Trump that his influence is very, very valuable and his endorsement is very, very valuable. And it remains to be seen if Mitch McConnell can turn the tides, but you can see McConnell is basically going directly against Trump, right? He's throwing his interest directly against Trump. So this is where it's happening. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.